Hi, I'm Hannah Chavez, and I'm standing in front of the Getty Villa Museum. I visited the museum on April 28th to see a masterpiece from ancient Athens. So I'm looking at the antique Panathenaic Amphora. This was created between, would say, 500 through 480 BC. This particularly was attributed to the Cleophas painter. It's made out of terracotta and it stands about 65 centimeters tall. This Amphora would have been rewarded as a prize during the Panathenaic Games. This was a major religious festival celebrating the goddess Athena. This Amore is displayed in Gallery 103, which features Athenian vases, particularly a bunch of those in this genre. But usually the key elements of the style that we see is the black figure technique. And usually you'll see a lot of mythological representation and just a lot of scenes from athletic competitions from these games. Even as red figure pottery becomes popular, Prize Amore perceives the older black figure style to honor tradition. When we look at this Amore, here we can tell that this is Athena Promachos. She's the goddess of wisdom and the goddess of the warriors. You can tell she's like striding confidently between the two columns on the side. She holds a spear and a shield, embodying like the protection and victory. And running along one column is the official inscription that reads, "Of the prize from Athens." The symmetrical composition and fundamental gaze emphasizes her divine authority and antiquity. Notice Athena's shield. It features a Pegasus. These are winged horses. So this shield motif helps credit the vase of the Cleophas painter. As Fleva Ziza notes in her study of Panathenaic fragments, the Pegasus emblem is a key marker frequently used by the artist to distinguish the work among many prize Amore. Kinda zooming in a little, you can see the intricate folds of Athena's robe. It's deeply incised and geometric in a way, giving the illusion of texture and weight. Now, seeing this next to the sculpted marble figure of Athena from the same period, we can see that Greek vase painters were trying to strive for that similar effect that sculptors were trying to look for, like implementing realism, movement, and getting the accurate anatomy for the figure. The folds for her robe almost seem to cling on to her form in both media. On the other side, we see a vivid picture of the four-horse chariot race, one of the most prestigious events in the Panathenaic Games. The horses are rendered with a lively energy, moving forward with a sense of urgency. However, when we compare this to the Parthenon frieze, carved just a few decades later, we see an improvement and a focus on anatomy and dynamic posing. Both the vase and the sculpture celebrate speed, grace, and control. Martin Bentes explains that Amore showing equestrian events were considered among the highest honors, symbolizing elite status and military skills in Athens. Contextually, the Panathenaic Games were a big part of the Great Panathenea, a festival held every 4 years to honor Athena. It wasn't just about sports, there was also competitions in music, poetry, and other arts. You can actually see how important the celebration was in the frieze that used to be in the Parthenon It shows scenes of the grand parade, like chariots, athletes, and everyday citizens all making their way up to the city of Athena's temple. And those prize morai, they weren't just trophies. You can see how sacred these objects really were. I used two scholarly sources. The first one was Flavaz's article into the specific artistic choices like the Pegasus shield, while Martin Benthe's book shows how more of the social and symbolic functions of prize and more in the classical Athens.